You are welcome back to Daybreak here on Trust Television. Thank you for sticking with us. Now let us get straight into the phone-in segment where we'd get to hear your thoughts and your opinion. We would love to hear your thoughts on the show, and this is our interactive segment. Now, let's get right in. President Bola Tinubu concluded his trip recently to China for the Africa-China Summit with a clear message: Nigeria's development requires tough decisions. He emphasized that his administration's bold and unprecedented moves, such as the recent fuel price adjustments, are crucial for meaningful progress. Drawing inspiration from China's remarkable development, President Tinubu stressed the need for reforms to achieve good roads, constant electricity, quality schools, and more. But what do you think? Are these hard decisions necessary for Nigeria's elevation? Do you agree with the president's approach? Bringing out new reforms, too close to each other in such a way that you're not giving Nigerians to settle in on one before you throw in another one. Hence, the effect of all of them put together is what is hitting Nigerians at the moment. Do you think this tough decision was the right decision he has made at this point in time? Well, share your thoughts and your opinions with us today. Call us now on the numbers shown on your screen. Send us WhatsApp messages, and we're definitely going to take them on the show to I think the first number. Yes, send us WhatsApp messages to the first number and then call and both numbers, and we're here to take your thoughts. Now let's discuss. We're taking hard decisions to elevate Nigeria, says Tinubu. Your voice matters. Now we know that one of the first reforms the president, when he took office in 2023, his administration embarked on so many ambitious reforms. And one of the most impactful and controversial one that kicked off right from the first day he was sworn in was the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, this particular one sparked lots of negative reactions from Nigerians, and people started questioning. And immediately, we saw an increase in cost in the price of fuel. We saw an increase in cost of living. Inflation kicked in and became worse than how it was. A lot of things put together started affecting the lives of Nigerians. Now, no doubt that for decades, Nigeria's government have heavily subsidized fuel, keeping it low for consumers, but costing the government trillions in revenue. So it was expected that taking out this fuel subsidy was going to see more revenue in such a way that would be able to start seeing good roads, good schools, more of the fight against insecurity. But what is happening? What do you think about these reforms that have been made? Let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. I can hear you. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Yahaya Kenny, calling from Niger State.
Oh, Yahaya, go ahead. What's your thought on the hard decisions the president is taking to elevate Nigeria?
So, as at present, I think we need to discuss the issues that bother the society most. Which has to go with the present predicament that some of the Nigerian society, let me say, states are going some challenges regarding to the water flood disaster.
Okay, I understand your plight, but part of it, that's why we're discussing on the presidential decision. That's our topic for this morning. So we want to get your thought on that, We want to know what you think on his decisions that he has taken, the reforms that have been made. What do you think about it?
Okay, actually, we only talk on one issue regarding to this, the policies about removal of the fuel subsidy. As you have earlier reported regarding to some of the educational challenges, there is resumption of the student in the school that is about to resume. You see, the removal of subsidy has created a big gap for the parents, because if you are having 2-3 children in some school and maybe the school fees is high and what we are earning you cannot afford, the direct impact is from this fuel subsidy removal. So I think I will advise government should please do something regarding to that fuel subsidy, even if the subsidy will not return. I think the government need to do something regarding to this minimum wage matter and enforce all the governors to implement it so that it will cushion the effect of that fuel subsidy removal. I think that is only what I have to say. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Now and for sharing your thoughts on the show. Now, according to Emmanuel, he said that the fuel subsidy removal is one of the reforms that have hit Nigeria hard, and it's actually the fact that it's getting to affect education is something that needs to be looked into. The fact that it has made affording the basic necessities for school, necessities that parents would afford on a normal day for the children to resume school, is actually a problem. But let's quickly take this call again. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. That was a night.
Good morning. Can you tell us your name and where you're calling from?
I am in Pocho, calling you from Kebbi State.
All right. What's happening in Kebbi? How's Kebbi this morning?
Well, Kebbi is cool.
Okay. What's your thoughts on our topic of discussion this morning?
Well, based on the topic of discussion, actually, the half decision that the president said that the country has to undergo half decision in order to make things right. Well, we are not after half decision, but as we know, half decision sometimes, may trigger a lot of things. Actually, if you want to correct things, you have to make things worse, but not the way he is operating. Because there are some areas that need urgent attention. Those areas are to be considered. What are those areas that Nigerians are crying for? Nigerians are crying because of hunger. Nigerians are dying because they lack so many important things that life can come up with. We are talking about, because on your report, background report on the school issue where the parents are crying, lamenting over the cost of the exercise book and textbooks, coupling with the school fees and the transportation, whereby a single person said from his house to the school, where his children are school, he has to pay about 700 naira. That means times 2 is going to spend like a day, 1,400. If you times a number of the months, then you find out that how much is that person earning. So you can see there are decisions that are lawful for someone to take and restore things in order, and there are decisions that can be reversed, whereby the situation, the condition whereby it will affect your people that you are living, then you have to reconsider on the importance of your people, not because of what you think is best. Why am I saying so? You will agree with me that some of the leaders, they are thinking because they are living flamboyant life. So they think any decision they may wake up upon and they meet their dining table full up with so many varieties of food, where they will eat and laugh. They did not consider how the poor people out there are feeding, are sharing their families. They don't even know how health condition is dealing with them. They don't care how the accessibility of water is giving them headache. All areas of life today, Nigerians are suffering. Can you explain why I know that you went to the chemist and buy of 300 naira, or 200 naira is now running of 2,000 naira? So how can you help? How can you help with that? So honestly speaking, we are begging the federal government, most especially the president, that he should reconsider. We are not against him taking half decision, but he should understand that Nigerians do not need such half decision in the areas that he is going. He should go back on the issue of fuel. He should go back in the issue of health. He should go back in the issue of education. He should go back in the issue of insecurity. He should channel all those tactics there. He shouldn't be frustrating people over deductions or high pressure or things like that. Oh. So we're not after that, honestly speaking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Now, according to our friend from Kebbi, I didn't get your name. I think the network had a little glitch when you mentioned your name, but I got where you were from. According to our caller from Kebbi, he says, yes, the hard decisions, we are not against it. But while putting in these hard decisions, have you put into consideration the impact it will have on Nigerians? Hence, one of the reforms that the presidency came up with at some point in time was giving palliatives, social welfare programs and palliatives to Nigerians, where, there was a point where we heard him saying that he had given a certain amount to some governors who came out to say they didn't receive that. And there was a point where we heard that, some certain, I think 30 or 40 bags of rice, I can't put a number to it, were given out to states. And some states said they had not gotten it. We had a call at some point from somewhere in Kwali where he said he got just a mudu of rice. So all of this put together. But let's quickly take this call as we want to know, are these tough decisions okay? Are they going to elevate Nigeria? Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Chooks calling from Lagos.
All right, Chooks. Thank you for joining us. What's Lagos like this morning?
Yeah.
Busy, I guess?
Lagos is okay. It's drizzling, but not too much.
All right. So share your thoughts with us.
You see what is happening in this country. When you are not prepared for an examination, the person is definitely going to fail. You study in order to pass. You prepare for examination in order to succeed in life. Foundation matters a lot. The present government, when they were coming on board, they were not prepared. They actually came for their tenure and they are spending their time. I bet you Nigerians nothing will be improved upon because the way things are going, it shows that after 1 year, there is no significant achievement in any sector you can boast of in the country. For example, look at how much we are buying fuel. For a government to wake up in the morning and tell us that subsidy is gone, everything started going up. There is no hope for the common man in this country. Meanwhile, our politicians are busy traveling and enjoying themselves. The people that are working, they are suffering. The president keeps giving promises. How long are we going to wait? Are we in the wilderness? How many years are we going to spend in the wilderness? At least the children of Israelites, when they were in the wilderness, they were still having hope. But now it's like Nigerians are hopeless because we keep assuring people, what is that concrete thing that the president has done that we boast of saying the future is bright for us? There's nothing. Rather, everything is gloomy, this is gloomy picture being painted. Then you think Nigerians are happy? Nobody is happy. Look at what is happening in Borno today. If we have taken precaution, this thing wouldn't have happened. It does happen in Lagos every time when the dam is open. But we are not taking precautions to avoid these things. Maybe we predict. The emergency agencies will tell them what is happening, but nobody will take cognizance of all this. But we are after our own personal things, and that is what is killing Nigeria. Our government travel out. When they travel, they see good things. They will not bring those good things to us. They will bring the bad ones, start away our money outside, building malls, building edifices outside. But here, we are being made to suffer for what we are not. Look at taxes every year. How many times are we going to pay tax?
All right.
So the problem is a problem that we need to tackle immediately. But it seems this government is overwhelmed. They have no solution to our problem in this country. Thank you very much.
All right. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much for calling. I think I disagree a bit on the point where you said Nigerians are hopeless. Where there is life, there is hope. And we believe that the president has his reasons for putting these reforms. And the problem Nigerians are having with these reforms that have been put in place is lack of transparency and the fact that they're not seeing results. You know, you came out to say palliatives have been given, but people are not feeling the effect of that. Fuel subsidy has been removed. People are not seeing the effect of what the subsidy is being used for. And then we're getting backstories that it's been replaced. So there are so many back and forth and, half-truths that are going on in the government that Nigerians don't understand. That is why the more the country keeps biting hard and people are getting affected, but people are not seeing the positive result of these reforms, even if he says it will take time. Now let's quickly take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Ade. I'm calling from London.
Oh, Ade, thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your contribution.
Yes. The guy that spoke from Yobe, I quite agree with him 100%. You see, nobody's against any hard decision of any government. But you must make a provision for the poor people so that which they can land on, and when you make a hard decision, they will feel the impact, but to be a bit little.
Yeah, but a provision was made. That was why they had the palliatives being rolled out from time to time.
Yes, palliative is not enough. The area that the federal government should emphasize, price control is very important. And in the health section, where the common people, when they sick, they go to. People just inflate their prices anyhow. In UK, we just have a new government. It has been ruled by a conservative for 40 years. But when Labour comes into the government, they make a 22 billion pounds hole, which means a debt that they are hiding, the previous government was hiding. Now they have to take the tough decision. The first place they went to was the pension and fuel and winter fuel. We normally get 300 pounds every October, all pensioners, to hit your house, extra money. But the first of all cancel that. That will save the government 1.3 billion pounds. Everybody was crying everything. They voted in Parliament yesterday to support the government for doing that. That's a hard decision. But there are other provisions for the pensioners. You understand, like free transport, that thing. So in Nigeria, the government should make provision for poor people. People are suffering. And put pressure on the state government, local government to do more. Don't just palliative for party members. No. There are many transportation. There are rolling bus, LNG buses. We are not seeing it. Government is not putting pressure on the state government to do something. People are suffering. Without much pressure we have here. Save money, save money, save money. Last year we remitted about $23 billion to Nigeria in diaspora. So I don't know about this year what it costs. So the government should do more about this palliative. They say palliative, but they don't follow it up. And they don't put pressure on government. Prices are high. When I send money, they say the money is finished. You understand? Cheap is the cheapest here in London. Very cheap. You can get any food you want. You understand? But they should do something. I'm not happy that people come. Look at us. I was crying that what is going on? So, but I'm like I normally say, God will come to our rescue in Nigeria, and God will save Nigeria. God will bless Nigeria.
Amen.
And God will bless people.
Amen. Thank you very much, Ade, for that. I love how you always end with God bless Nigeria, because Nigeria is our country and we have just one Nigeria. It's our country. It belongs to us. So it boils down to us to fix it. It boils down to us to, elect the right leaders that would do right by Nigerians. It boils down to us to elect the right leaders that have the political will and empathy at heart. No doubt you want to put in policies, but how effective are these policies and how will they affect the average Nigerian on the streets? Let's quickly take this call again. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Good morning. My name is Okechukwu Mogo, calling from Ebonyi State, your regular caller.
All right, Okechukwu Mogo, thank you for joining us. Are you in Abakaliki? How is Abakaliki this morning?
Yes. Well, we thank God. God brought us into this new day.
And your flyovers and airports?
Down there.
All right, go ahead with your contribution.
The poor masses are dying.
All right. Let's hear your thoughts.
Yes, I've said this over and over. The Nigerians should learn their lesson. The previous administration, before they came on board, they were chanting, change. We never cared to ask what kind of change are we embarking on. Not until they came on board, a closed border for food. Nigeria eventually died within a year. And we are yet to recover from thought this new administration came. When they were campaigning, they said renewed hope. Nobody ever cared to ask what kind of hope are we trying to renew? Is it hope of prosperity or what? We've seen the renewed hope agenda now. It's biting on everyone. My advice is that we should be careful. We have learned our lesson. When this government rolls out, the next administration, Nigeria should sit down and have MOU on any leader that will come on board. Their manifesto should be the watchword. They should tell us what they have in mind for us. And within 6 months in office, if they fail to implement such, we hold them responsible. Look at what is happening. Is there any leader? How many of them that are working in line with their manifesto? They will tell us a different thing when they are campaigning. As soon as they are sworn in, we begin to see a different thing altogether. So that's why we're suffering. So we should learn our lesson, and when the next administration will come, I urge all Nigerians to see a way of making sure that anybody that is coming on board, right from the governor, president, that manifesto should be made known, should be published, should be like a rule, a law, that within 6 months in the office, if we didn't see these things that you told us, the person is going out of the seat.
All right. All right, Okechukwu, thank you there for your contribution. Okechukwu is coming from the angle of, let's start it from the jump. There's no point complaining towards the end, asking if we have the right leaders or if they're taking the necessary hard decisions. It starts from the day you get your voter's card. You go out to vote and you vote for the leader that actually you see has the political will and empathy. No doubt the president's reforms has its advantages, but the question always comes to mind is, were they being done at the right time? Experts have come out to say there are advantages to it and it would better the country in years to come, especially with the fuel subsidy. It will help, generate more revenue for the federal government and increase money allocation for other capital projects to be carried and taken upon. But how long till Nigerians see the dividends of this? Well, let's take this call. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Ben Ike. I'm calling from Imo State.
Sorry, I didn't get your name, please. Can you tell us your name again?
Ben Ike from Imo State.
Ben Ike from Imo State. How is Owerri this morning?
I don't know. The weather is gloomy.
The weather is gloomy. And how is Zodima treating the people of Owerri?
Yeah, we're waking up. We thank God. Our hope is in God.
All right. So, go ahead. What's your take on our topic of discussion?
First and foremost, let me tell you one thing. People don't know what they want. People don't give them what they want. We are just like, let me give you one proverb in Igbo dialect. You see a chick. A chick is moving with the mother. Then a hawk came and picked the chick. The chick will be crying, singing, ching, and the hawk is still going until he gets to the forest, tell the chick. What the chick said, he said he's just crying for the people to hear his voice, not that what is holding him will hold him, will leave him. We are crying. The government, the Tinubu administration are not leaving us. They talk about palliative. Don't ever mention that palliative, because that palliative is given to their party people. They put it in their house, give it to whoever they want to give. We are not beggars. Give us what we want. People are crying for fuel subsidy issue. Fuel is got to minimal reach of people. Everything is affected. Both small scale industries, barbers, saloon, CSLers, they take kerosene and things like that. So Nigerians, I don't know, is it a cause that we must have an old man who have no sense to read?
Mr. Ben, language, please. We do not condone some certain kind of languages to be used here on Trust Television. Please let us mind our languages when we're calling in. But all the same, we do have to let you go. Thank you very much for joining us and for calling in on the show, Mr. Ben from Owerri, please. We're all Nigerians. We understand that emotions are around the place due to the cost of living, the cost of transportation, and everything that is happening at the same time. We understand, but please let us be mindful of our choices of words, being that we are all, very cautious and civilized Nigerians. Well, let's take this WhatsApp message we have. A WhatsApp message here. Although he didn't put his name, please endeavor to put our names and where we're calling from when we're putting in our WhatsApp messages. So this is, his name is not there, but good morning, Trust TV. Mr. President is doing well, but in the wrong direction. Some children today go to school without eating food in the morning and not sure of afternoon or after. How they can learn? How can they learn in Nigeria? Some are sick. I don't think I understand the last line, but I think we'll stop at how can they learn in Nigeria today. All right, so prior to his election, Tinubu said, let the poor breathe, don't suffocate them. Can he clarify this statement now? Well, I think we'll put that to the president to let us know if he is actually letting the poor breathe or he has plans to buy oxygen tank for the poor in the long run. Yes, we understand that the things are biting hard in the country. You know, I had a conversation a few days ago with someone who left his job due to the cost of living and the cost of transportation. Yes, the presidential reforms are being put in place. Yes, there are tough decisions that have to be made. And, you know, like the president said, these are tough decisions. But the question is, how long till they put in place? Well, now, while these reforms, to some experts, are economically necessary, the problem is the lack of adequate short-term cushioning mechanism for the public. Suggests that the timing was probably not ideal from a social and political standpoint, and the government must, you know, find a way to work and create a balance. Even if fuel subsidy was to be removed, something should have been put in place to cushion it so Nigerians would feel it as much as they do. So yes, having said that, do we argue with the president's approach? Nigerians have shared their different opinions. Varied opinions exist, but it still doesn't change the fact that things are getting difficult for Nigerians by the day. It still doesn't change the fact that people are suffering due to these reforms. But for how long? Well, having said that, we've come to the end of this segment of our interactive segment. Thank you for calling in. To all those who called in to share their thoughts, we appreciate you for joining us on the show. Thank you, and we'll be going on a quick break. When we get back, we'll get into our conversation for this morning. So sit back, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.